Up above in space is where Mario Galaxy takes place. Now, is it worth it? Is it cool? Is it one of the most unique and creative games of all time? Yep. Oh, Mario Galaxy. It's one hell of a game! Who knew that if you take a super well-known IP like a Galaxy and combine it with a not-so-well-known gaming icon, you get one of the best games of all time. And I'm sure the thought process was simple while making this game. We've always had Mario on the ground with simple, easy-to-learn controls that have never really changed. So what's next? Let's put him in f***ing space! Now, as we can all see the end result 13 years later, my god, it's been 13 years. It turned out perfectly, but I could totally see if the developers were iffy about the game while they were working on it. The normal was this, and they wanted this. The entire idea of having all these mini planets with their own gravity and the gameplay mechanics that coincide with all that sound so complicated. But they pulled it off! But its wild new mechanics and setting isn't the only thing that excels this game above all other Mario games. Just by the opening level, the tone of this game hits you from out of the blue. Whoa. This is toner. But I get it. Right off the bat, you can tell that this game is taking itself seriously. It feels like a bigger, grander story. Bowser's the most menacing he can be after, you know, continuously cock-blocking him for 25 years. So you can tell that something is different about this game. It's the usual go save the damsel in distress princess and wow, that was a quick game. Wait, that's not it. Hold up. Mario just f***ing dies! Never mind, he's good. Mario wakes up to a Luma getting a little too friendly and it zooms out to a beautiful wide shot. The music cues in this game are something else, man, but we'll get there. He transforms into a bunny and top priority is to chase him down. But then the third thing that sets this game apart from all other Mario games slaps you right in the face. This is getting weird. The soundtrack. My god, words cannot explain how great it is. I'm just kidding, they can and they are. It's wonderful. Honestly, my favorite soundtrack of any game. It's that good. They decided to go with an original orchestra for this game's soundtrack and oh boy, it certainly paid off. Each originally orchestrated song in this game is one of my favorite pieces of music of all time. There's just no beating it. Back to our game, we're basically demanded to play some hide and seek just for some answers, what the hell, and you have to chase down these ferocious, annoying, fast and slippery f***ing rabbits. You. But like all good games, this section is getting you used to the controls while you don't even know it. It's not some stable over-the-shoulder camera. It moves and rearranges itself, so it prioritizes visibility over strict control. And as much as it would seem awkward and difficult to control, this baby works like a charm. Like sure, sometimes in certain spots the camera makes it difficult to move, but 99% of the time, it just feels and looks great. It would rather give you a wider view so you can take it all in rather than play it exactly the way we want. And thank goodness, because this game looks pretty damn good. Yeah, it's obviously not up to standard to most games nowadays, but it still holds up incredibly well. Surprisingly enough, this game's only at 480p, and it still looks this good. The deep backdrop of space with planets in the distance, I can only imagine what a remaster, or better yet, a Mario Galaxy 3 would look like on modern consoles. Seriously, Nintendo, make it happen, you've got my money. The three bunnies morph back into their Stardust selves, which are called Lumas, and they introduce you to this lady called Rosalina, who's apparently been watching you. That's right, including what you do at night. She seems like this all-knowing god lady, and she gives you the power of one of her Lumas. She's this seemingly omnipotent, all-knowing goddess, so what possibly could this magic ability be? To see the future, grant you 3 wishes? Nah, now you can spin. But for real, it's a really cool gameplay mechanic that fits right into this game. She then big dips on you and you learn this magic foreign ability of spinning, which reveals to you your main source of transportation. And that sets you off onto the opening tutorial-like level that introduces all these new gameplay mechanics and gives you a sense of what the rest of the game will play out like. You're in this deep outer space with these brand new gameplay mechanics, including MF gravity, all while the swelling of this orchestra is playing in the background. Bruh, this game is great. Not one of my favorite levels considering all the other cool and unique places in the game, but a great opening to an even greater game. But one bit that I love is the music choice, go figure. No matter what music is playing, once you discover and find the main star for a level, it cuts off. The world around you quiets down and a new piece of music plays, indicating that nothing else matters. You've accomplished your goal, now grab your star, my man. But once you get the opening level Grand Star, you're flown to what has to be my favorite Mario hub of all time. The Comet Observatory. It's not jam-packed with things to do, but something about this hub world is just perfection. It's open, fun to run around in, and it's just cozy feeling whenever you're teleported back to it. Contrastly to Mario Galaxy 2's hub island, it's just a huge step down. For Galaxy 2, they decided to dumb down the hub for whatever reason, so now it's just this linear selection like all the other Mario games. And what I think sets Mario Galaxy apart from all other Mario games, including Galaxy 2, is its diversion from the usual Mario layout. Its story isn't as simple, the level selection is unique, and the levels are varied. Even in Galaxy 2, instead of the deep black space, they vied for a more regular sky-looking backdrop. Which is insane because I think I remember it being Mario Galaxy, not being Mario Mesosphere. But all this complaining leads me to question myself. Is Mario Galaxy really all that it's cracked up to be? I mean, it's unique, I'll give it that, but what if I like this game purely because of the nostalgia? I had this game when I was young, and I remember loving it to death. I was the only one who could beat the final Bowser fight at my friend's house, and the memories were great. Saturday mornings where I got up early to 100% the game, discovering new secrets and levels. But I would argue that nostalgia only makes Mario Galaxy that much better. Most things people remember fondly get straight up deified in people's minds, so when you revisit it, it's not as good. But with Mario Galaxy, I would say after replaying it, it's even better than I remember. Because yeah, it was a straight and simple fun game as a kid, but now that I'm older, I can recognize and appreciate the risks the game took. The new gameplay mechanics, the more serious tone, the music. Everything that I overlooked as a kid, I can appreciate now. Hell, there was even a semblance of a story in a f***ing Mario game. And it worked! And that's what I think more Mario games should strive for. Obviously not something like the horrors of war, but having a narrative. You still have to go save Peach, but now it's on a much bigger scale. The fate of the galaxy is in your Italian stubby hands, and you have to travel from planet to save it. And what could have been an easy cop-out Earth setting for all the planets and levels is actually a super impressive slate of cool areas to explore. They really go all out with these levels, from dark voids of space to bright beach-type planets. And just to further exemplify my point about the music, they have 2 types of music for each of the water levels, so when you're underwater, it sounds like it. If that's not dedication, man, I don't know what is, because each place has their own unique, fitting music, and it just works. And the rest of the game is equally good, if not better than the first mission. There's always new exciting objectives, quite a lot of unique boss fights, and a whole lot of fun to be had with Mario Galaxy. This game is by far my favorite Mario game, simply because of the risks it takes. The mechanics, the serious, grandiose tone, and that sweet, succulent music all play a part in why this game is great. Now does nostalgia play a part in why this game's my favorite game of all time? Yeah, duh. But unlike most everything, nostalgia is at its best with Mario Galaxy, because I can now appreciate all the things I overlooked as a kid. It's not just a good memory that's to blame for me liking this game. It's because I can appreciate this game for what it truly is. A kid's game that I just blushed about for 8 minutes.